something about something like application. I think software applications, right? That you
Yes,
do the
yes.
now. Let's assume we have all this. We have let's assume in an environment, they already had the code in the software
Okay.
application rating, and the database is already set in the development environment. Now they
Okay.
wanted to deploy everything to production, right?
They want to deploy with
Yeah, let us know they wanted to deploy
in production.
yeah, into production.
Okay.
So what are the steps? I mean, I know that QA will come into it. They will do some testing and stuff like that, right?
Okay.
So you as a database administrator, I mean, you already set your database, the schema is already in. So can you elaborate few things that you can tell me about it?
Deployment process.
Yeah, deployment process, deployment process, yeah.
Yes, yes. See, two things here. First, you need to analyze the application architectures first, like application models,
Okay.
whether it's window or web. The deployment procedures are different here,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
If you go for window deployment,
Yeah.
let me give a simple idea.
Okay.
So window you may develop with different tiers, right? One tier, two tier, three tier, and tier. We had a discussion and we identified the tiers also, right?
Yeah.
But when you go for real deployment,
Yes.
tiers, how do you configure in different locations is matters.
Mm.
You don't place all these drives in one particular location, right? The
Right.
tiers. Suppose here you developed in two tiers or three tiers or n tier. So now the block is server block. I made it as a server block. So one more module you developed as a client module, right? So some modules you designed as the business logic modules,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Business,
Uh,
UAT.
yes. The client module, business logic module, and
Yeah,
server modules are separate.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
In case of three tier or n tier, okay? Whatever it is two tier or three tier, like modules will be different. Taken point?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, this one you want to like configure into different locations. Like you want to run this in the real production environment. So I'm just drawing these structures. Now in Windows, the deployment procedure is different. In web, deployment is different, right?
Okay.
Deployment is generally is the process, right, of making a software to run on client machine, right?
Yeah.
So this server module, client module, or the business logic module, there are different types of deployment modules we need to analyze here.
Mm.
Fine. Not like generally placing as you like anywhere you cannot place this. There are different strategies of deployment. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I will give simple idea of some category of the deployments. Then usually you can go for working with deployment. Okay.
Right.
In .NET platform, we have different type of deployments in window platform. First, I'm going to give an idea of window platform deployment. Then I will go for different type of deployment procedures. One is Xcopy deployment. Fine.
Yeah.
This is one type of deployment. So this is using MS-DOS command. We can do that. Generally, for this, we will use MS-DOS Xcopy command. Okay.
Okay.
This is one type of deployment. Then Visual Studio offers some tools for deployment. Okay. Apart from that, there are many different types of deployments here. Setup project. In Windows, I am explaining. Okay.
Okay.
Merge module project. Already you developed some part and you want to add it. Cap project. So we have some other things like setup wizard project. Fine. These are the different types of projects we have. Now, using any one of these available projects like setup project, wizard module, smart device cap project, likewise we have many different projects to design the application. Okay.
So, Praza, let me just ask you a question. So, in a deployment, we have a setup project, we have a match module, we have a car project, and we have a setup wizard, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So now, like you said, now all these four deployment, are they related to Windows or to Linux environment? Because my environment we have a Linux, or they are all
No, no,
Windows.
no.
Oh, okay, Windows.
This point here, when you deal with MS products, Microsoft products,
Oh,
okay,
okay, okay.
Microsoft products run on Windows in case of Windows projects, not on Linux. Okay. Linux, if you want to run, you need to have the .NET framework, right?
Yeah.
The framework of .NET you need to install only to run that particular application, not to deploy it. Okay.
Okay.
So my point is, when you want to run with, see, MS products to run on Linux platform, we should go for .NET framework.
Mm.
So once if you install the .NET framework, then you can go for run your application, not installing or not like deploying. Okay. Deployment you do in your Windows platform, and you can execute your programs to run on other platforms, not deployment, right?
Okay.
Taken point. See, you have given a game to me to play a game. The game is developed by Windows platform, C#.NET, right?
Okay.
C#.NET application it is. This game, whatever you have given, this is available in multiple versions. One is available for Windows version, one is available for Linux version, right?
Okay.
One is available for Solaris version. Now, what are these three versions? This has been already deployed. To run on different versions, they made the certain files ready, right?
Okay.
So the deployment might have taken place on the Windows platform using any of the suitable projects, but you can run on other platform. That is not same for web forms. Web applications deployment is different.
Yeah, it depends on the environment.
Yes, web is easy. Actually, web deployment style is different. What is the style of web deployment here?
Okay.
We have
Yeah.
certain category of the deployments, but the web application is platform independent.
Mm.
It is platform independent. That means what you know, you may have a server, a computer with a Linux operating system, right?
Yes.
You may have another computer that can be Windows platform application, Windows server, right? Windows computer user. And one more computer is like your Apple Mac machine, right?
Yeah.
and one thing can be something else, like Solaris.
Yeah.
Now the scenario here, you developed a web application, right?
Yeah.
This web application can be accessed to any one of these platforms, no restriction, because
Yeah.
it is an internet application. Internet application can be accessed once if it is deployed and placed in the server. Okay, that is once if it is hosted into the server. Hosted web application can be accessed to any platform. There is no restriction on that because the architecture support is like that. But window architecture is different. You have to install some softwares, then you can run. Here in this, what is the browser? Browser is a client, right?
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So in a web development, like how many is it into like do we have different types of web? I mean, do we have a different type of deployment in the web development?
No, no, no. For platforms, there is no separate deployment, but we have categories of deployment.
Oh, okay. So what are the
Same
categories?
we same we have web deployment, web deployment project.
Yes.
We have copy utility like copy web project deployment and IaaS hosting deployment. So like we have these type of deployments.
Oh,
You
okay.
can choose any one of the deployment procedure based on your requirement.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Banga,
Yes.
in web environment, it is not like a client and server. Client is always a browser, right?
Right. Right.
So
Right.
you don't need to install any software in your computer. Any user can access anytime any web application.
You're
That's
right.
why we are accessing internet pages.
Mm-hmm.
Taken point.
Right.
Browser is a client in every machine here that you observe. Browser is a client. So this browser is not platform dependent. Any browser here in this Linux, you can use some browser. Windows I may use IE. Here I may use Safari. Here I may use something else, right?
Right.
These are all the clients are not dependent on any platform. So the web application, like simply once if it is deployed, you can use www. So website.com, right?
Right. Sure.
But Windows is not like that. You have to have all software layers. So you have to develop the server application separate, business logic separate, like
Right.
here business logic applications should be separate,
Mm-hmm. Some logic.
and you need to have the client software separate. Like in your organization, like you go to a bank, okay? When you go to a bank, you generally experience the bank employees uses a software that is different from the internet website for banking, right?
Right. It's different.
So they have to go to the location to work with the application. They can't access the application from home. Reason, these are all organization specific applications, right?
Yeah.
But if you consider the internet application as public application. So these organization specific applications can be accessible only when you are in an organization. If you are outside the organization, you cannot access this.
Mm.
Taken point.
Yeah.
And every module will be separated, but configuration would be taken care. The client should be configured to business logic. This should be configured to application. And there are different tiers and connectivity tools like ADO.NET.
Mm.
You might have heard about this, right?
Sure. I've heard about it.
Yes, ADO.NET is the type of a technology driver to establish the GAN connection.
Mm.
There also in Java applications or web applications, we will have JDBC.
Right. I think that is what we have in our environment, JDBC.
Yes, to connect with the databases here,
Yeah.
backend databases.
Mhm.
So these data and databases are different from application tier connectivity, right?
Yeah.
Backend databases are different. Application tier connectivity are different. These application tiers are different. Here there will be no server client. The deployment procedure is different here.
Mm.
Deployment nowadays there are smart platform tools are available for deployment. Many different approaches. Even you may develop a software application at your home and you
Yeah.
can target to run on a smart device. So smart device deployment.
Mm.
Taken point?
Yeah,
You have
sure.
any questions?
Uh, so now if the QA wanna come in, like they wanna testing, they wanna deploy to production. So what are the things they will, what are the things they will, they'll put into considerations like, okay, everything is being set. The web application teams are already on their own. The software have already done their own. The database have already set their own. But they have all these things in testing. They want to deploy it to production. So what are the things, let's say from our own side, database administrator, what are the things that I have to take into considerations? Like,
This will be varied from model to model, type of a deployment to type of deployment. Okay, first
okay.
thing.
All right. Wait a minute. Or do you have any document that you can share with me?
Deployment document, some of the things like in window platform, I can share it to you.
All right, that would be awesome.
Sure. I can help you out by providing a
Okay.
deployment related document.
I will really appreciate that.
See, the things what you should consider is
Okay.
the project is running without any bugs that will be tested before going for this.
Okay.
Second thing, the project will be optimized. Optimized is well performance. Testing of the bugs is different from the application is fully optimized or not. What it is, I will confirm. Okay.
Okay.
See, the application should run efficiently without consuming the resources high.
Mm,
Application should run without consuming the network resources high.
mm,
As much as possible, the application should be constructed in a smart approach.
mm.
So in a coding approaches, there are many different techniques you can follow to find a solution at the end. But how efficiently you found the solution is important,
Mm.
right? That process is called as optimization, code optimization.
Or code organization. Okay.
Yes, code optimization
Mm,
and then performance tuning. These two things would take place. Once if the application is fully tuned, like there is no other level of tuning is required to make the application to complete its services. So less time, less resources, and shortcut of coding and high quality of code platforms, methodologies or algorithms. So there are many things after finding that everything is fine, right? Then
okay.
they will go for deployment.
Okay.
Once if it is deployed, it would be ready to run on the target machine. Actually, it is not the client machine, whether it can be a server or it can be a client, anywhere you want to run, right?
Okay.
So you can make it as a target machine.
All right.
Target means in case of server module, it would be targeted to server, right?
Okay.
In case of client module, it would be targeted to client. So that is the reason if you install a game, the game you can install in two versions, like one is server and client. All user can connect to the server and they can start playing the game. Kids, okay.
Okay.
Same manner in office organizations or in the environments, you're supposed to install two things. One is server and one is client, right?
Yes. Yes.
Online examination modules. or office organization applications. So server you should install separately, and then client you should install separately. For both the things you need to establish the configuration, right?
Yeah.
So that means that is already deployed. They provided only the exe to you run, the executable code you can run. Fine. This is the
Yeah.
complete form of
Yeah.
deployment.
All right. All right. I think I got it.
But
That's,
it will be varied from platform to platform, technology to technology.
yeah, it's very
Modeling also will be different. Now here I explained about Windows.
the
If you go
Windows.
for something else, and it will be changed.
Sure. Sure.
Like Java, the deployment will be little bit different. So technology changes, the procedures also will be changed. The
Right.
modeling also will be changed.
Sure.
And wherever you develop, there only you will deploy it. Suppose I developed on Windows platform, using the Windows platform tools only I can develop it. I can deploy it.
Mm.
Once if I deploy it, I can run on any machine.
Right.
I hope you got the idea.
Yeah, I got the idea. I got the idea. I mean, I got the idea.
Okay, okay.
Thank you.
But learning this is only through .NET platform. Okay.
Okay, this is only for .NET platform.
Yeah, like these are through application development technologies you can learn the deployment.
Okay.
Not from database user. Database user doesn't need anything related to deployment.
No, no, they don't. They don't. They don't.
They don't require. They don't worry about those things.
Sure.
Only these users, application developers requires this.
Sure.
Fine. So I saved it. Subquery, right?
Yes.
That is easy. Anyhow, we can complete today with the subqueries.
Okay.
Subqueries are very important query standard. It is like a user wants to select a city, okay, or a state, and application should display all the like something like banks of the state, right?
Yeah.
All the banks of the city, and when user selects the city, should show all the banks, okay? So when user wants to select this state, and the application should display all the cities, and when user select the city, should show all the banks of the city, right?
Right.
Might have experienced the same many times, right?
Right.
You select, you are a you want to select a category of free games, right? When you select free games or when you select paid games, then it shows all the options or the different types of games available in that, right? Taken
Yeah.
point?
Yeah.
Means you are selecting something first, then relevant to that it is getting open. Means one one requirement of a particular type of a search making you to search other things, right?
Right.
So user wants to select a state and application should display the cities, and when user select the city, application should show all the banks of the city.
Mm.
See, means one query is making you to use another query, right?
Right.
One query is making other query to run. So this is application point of view. Subquery in application point of view, right?
Yeah.
This is subquery in application view. But in database view, this is called as a subquery. Point taken. So you will find this type of solution and you will make it available to all application developers. So you are the solution provider. You will find this type of solution and database developer find the solution and makes it available to application users. Then they will use in the application such type of a subquery, right? So simple subquery is a query which you can write in the another query. Simple subquery is simply is an SQL statements, right?
Yes.
Is used it in that's all. This is subquery. Quite interesting and a little bit tricky in the query approaches. Okay. Any questions?
Can
Conceptually clear?
you said it's a very simple, but what?
It's simple and easy, but interesting. Quite interesting, I said.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay, fine. Now I'm taking a small table here. Okay, I'm selecting Adventure Works. Okay, so I want to retrieve the data from one particular table. So I want to go for employee table. Okay,
Okay.
I want to go for employee person.contact table. Okay, I want to take person.address table. So these three tables I have taken. Okay, employee table, person.contact table, person.address table. Now you look into this employee table, it is the complete data.
Hmm.
And here you can see employee ID, national ID, contact ID. This is the table has only 290 records of 16 columns here. 16 columns. But all these columns data is not related to employee personal details or contact details. Okay.
Okay.
These details are maintaining in another table, contact table. There is a contact ID. Okay. And you
Okay.
can find the contact details of the employee. Title, first name, model name, something. And you can find address also. Address ID and other things. So such a way, these are the different tables are there. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here, and I want to introduce some other tables because this domain is important. So that I want to introduce some other tables here. Department table. So here in this department table, you can find only the departments where these employees are working. Okay.
Okay.
And in the department history table is one more table. This is very simple to analyze. So department history. What is wrong with this? Let me check. Employee department history. Okay. That I missed. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is one table. It shows the information of the employee ID and department ID something. What it is there, you know. Suppose if you are an employee, you might have started in one particular department, but you may move to other department also after some period, right?
Yeah.
So that information will be recorded in the history table. See, I worked in HR, then I moved into some other department. So earlier I was in employee 4 my ID, I was in department 416. I continued as an executive there, then I became a manager in the same department, right?
Mm.
Taken point. So it shows the information of the employees, movement from one department to another department, or retirement of the employees, on what date it joined and what date they left, right?
Oh, okay.
Start date, end date of the department will be shown.
Okay.
Fine. So now I want to take the employees, the tricky data I want to take. I want to take the data of the employees, how many is the department. But if you consider the department history table, some employees are already, they have the end date. End date in the sense they have already left that particular position. Observe that.
Yeah.
He might have moved. He might have moved to different department. Observe that here. He worked there.
Or maybe they get fired or they go to another.
Yes, another department. Exactly. So see that guy, the 7, this guy.
Yeah.
So like some data of different departments, they moved from one department to another department.
Mm-hmm.
Now here I want to find some information of the employees. So here one particular employee data I want to take. Okay. Where employee ID equal to, I want to go for some employee like 46, and end date is there, okay, equal to null. So I found many end date, I didn't get anything here. Equal to null is wrong, is null, okay.
Okay.
So I got one employee. Point taken?
Yeah.
Employee ID 46.
Yeah.
So I want to take this employee department ID here. I got the department ID and everything here, employee ID, everything. So based on this employee ID, I want to find the contact ID also, right?
Yeah.
So I'm selecting this employee table where employee ID equal to, so I want to take only employee ID of this. So when you retrieve employee ID here, 46, that 46 will be matched with the employee ID column what you mentioned outside. Now if I execute it, you can find that employee ID here. Taken point? Shall I explain once again what I have done?
Yeah, explain one again.
I have taken the employee ID of the employee, 46, okay,
Yeah.
and whose end date is null. End date is null means still is working, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that return the employee ID of that employee whose end date is null. I got it is 46. And who is that employee that I found it using the outer query? Okay.
Okay.
So the contact ID I want to pick up. I want to select the person.contact table. I have taken person.contact table where contact ID equal to, I want to pick up only contact ID here. Okay.
Okay.
So this thing also I want to combine in subquery here.
Mm-hmm.
So now nesting subqueries I am writing here. This I am placing in brackets. Then this entire thing I want to place in brackets. So let me check this, how it works. Yes. So Saria, that shall I explain now entire thing? I want to know the information of the employee.
Yeah.
First thing here, what I want to know, the employee who is who has the employee ID is 46 and still who is working in the organization, right?
Yes.
The employee should work. So that is the thing I mentioned. It is end date is null. If end date has a value, that means the employee is already left.
Yeah.
Now you look into this table. End date is null means still working. And it is not null means he left that particular department, maybe fired as you said or transferred, right?
Yeah.
So that information you retrieved, that is the value you got it, right? 46. Based
Mm-hmm.
on the 46, I'm finding here I'm typing 46, then I'm finding the contact ID. The contact ID 1033 I'm using here to find the person, right?
Yeah.
So this if you remove, this retrieves some value, point taken,
Yes.
the return value is input here. Return value of this query is input to this outer query. This outer query what it returns will be input to this outer query. Now if you combine all, if you execute it, it returns the first query result.
Yeah, let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
So how do we now always know where to put a bracket? I know you put a bracket in the, should it always be before the select?
See, the situation is you want to find the employees who are there in particular location,
Yeah.
like your manager is residing, right? You want to know the other employees who are staying like you. How do you match it?
Okay.
Okay. Suppose here I want to take the employee data. Is the city column there? No. I will do one thing.
Okay.
You assume yourself that you are WCT10, okay? You are working as a production technician WC10, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I want the employee where title equal to production
Production.
technician WC10, okay?
Right. Yes.
So what I want to do generally, this title is existing here, or I want to do one thing, I don't want this. Instead of matching with the same table, the situation I will explain. Okay, this is not suitable for this. See the situation, how can I consider whether it is a subquery or what should be placed in brackets, what should not be placed in brackets. Whatever you place in bracket is called as inner query. Okay,
Okay, inner query.
inner query. What you placed is that called as outer query.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, one small change in this you need to observe. Outer query. This level we have done 3 levels of nesting here. One is the outer query for this query. This is the inner query, this to this outer query. But through the last query, this will be the outer query, right?
Yes.
Now what to be placed in outer query, what to be placed in inner query is very simple. I will give you a clear idea. Situationally here I want to share 2 things here. I'm taking person.contact table. Here what is their contact ID, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I want to go for this address ID. 1 minute. I want to find one. Okay. Now you tell me. Easily you can analyze. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, first I want to place this table top. These two I want to place it here. Employee table it is. Assume that. Employee data.
Right.
This is the second table, employee address. So
Yes.
employee ID is there, address ID is there, right?
Yes.
So what this is address ID, but where is the address? Address is there in address table.
Yeah.
So now you want to know a particular employee address. How do you find it? These are in different tables. Point taken. Employee table has only employee ID.
Yes.
Okay? No
Yes.
address ID.
No address.
The address table has address ID and employee ID is the foreign key.
Yeah.
And address table has the addresses, right?
Okay. Okay.
Now this contact table at this stage not required. 3 tables data we need to get, right?
Right. Right.
Now I'm taking these 3 tables. I want to go down. I want to place it here. First what I want employee address, right?
Yes.
So now if you look into this address ID, employee ID, this table is not required at this stage to me. I will place it top. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I want to find a particular employee address here. So I'm taking this, I'm placing top. Now this employee, you tell me whose address you want. So I'm picking the data. Whose address you want? Shall we take employee 6 address?
Yeah. Let's take 6.
Okay. So where employee ID equal to 6. So it is returning all records. I
Right.
don't want everything. I want take only employee ID.
Okay.
Okay. This employee ID, I want to pass it to employee address. How? Where employee ID equal to, if this returns, that should be given as input, right?
Yeah.
This I am placing in bracket. When I
Okay.
place in bracket, this will be considered as inner query to this outer query. Okay.
That employee is not correct. Yeah. Where you are? No. Up.
So now I executed. How much it returned? It returned a lot of things. Okay. I
Okay.
don't want to pick up everything. I want to pick up address ID only. So if this address ID returns, what is the address ID here? 214. Okay. Now, in this, where address ID equal to, so now this I am placing in brackets, entire thing. This will return the address ID 214, then 214, that employee address I can find. Okay?
Okay.
See that 6 employees located there. Not so clear still?
Yeah, I think it's clear a little bit. It's clear. But I've seen a scenario where this subquery can be like it can be like a 10. Like, you know, if you look at this one
Chain,
now,
exactly chain it
yeah,
is.
yeah, it can up to 10. So in that kind of scenario, I'll be a little confused. What do they really want? I mean,
Okay.
is that yeah?
See, the result is like I want to know.
And sorry, and again, you know, the one you do right now, if you look at it, the last one where employee ID is equal to 6, but I've seen some queries that they will not omit where employee ID is equal to, you know, that place you didn't put anything, and then
Yes,
where
yes.
address, yeah,
That is very simple. I'll tell.
okay, okay,
I came to a company. I visited your location. I asked that where is Banga. Okay.
okay,
So I want Banga. They said that Banga not available. Where is he? He didn't come office today. He's working from home, right?
yeah,
But some personal need I need to meet Banga, right?
yeah,
So I asked them where is his address. Can you provide the address? Okay. So now I know who is Banga and he is the employee. His ID is something. Okay. But how can I get an information of his address? Point taken.
yes,
So the contact details or address details are not with us. We have only employee data like the stakeholder answered, right?
yes,
If they want to search for that information, they know the employee ID of Banga. Based
mhm,
on that, you will start searching for address ID. So
yes,
address ID is available in address ID table separately.
yeah,
Using that, we are going to find Banga's address. Point
yeah,
taken?
yeah, yeah,
See, I know the product ID, but I don't know what category it is. So I want to compare with other products. I know some location number. I don't know the city name. Something, right?
yes,
See, this situationally where I should use
I get
some
it.
information you are aware, but you want to use this to match with other information.
Yeah, I think I get it. I get what you did. I mean, it's really, really, I really understand it. But what I'm saying, some scenario, this thing it might be up to 10, you know. Select this, before you know, it's like 10, 10 queries.
Okay, that is situational. That situationally you can search for that. That
Okay.
depends on the scenario. See,
Mm.
whether you will go for 10 levels of nesting or 1 level of nesting or 2 levels of nesting. If too much nesting creates application performance low. Okay.
Okay. Now, this is another question. If you write some queries, let's say you already set your slow query log. I mean, your slow query log that you don't want any query to be more than 1 second to optimize. Now
Okay.
you're writing a lot of queries and it's taking like maybe 3 seconds. What are the first thing, with your experience you believe you can look into that can make that kind of a query to be slow?
There are some tracers, SQL performance tuners, trace files we will use. Okay. Performance tuning is a separate approach, even in SQL also.
Mm.
So using those tools, we can analyze this,
Oh, so
not
you have it.
directly.
So you have it tools, right?
Yes, yes. Performance tools we will use.
Okay.
Engine tuning advisors, SQL server profilers that gives the information. We
Oh,
cannot measure it by considering our time. Okay.
okay. Okay.
It would be based on some type of a tool, and again it is like a reports you will get. Based on the report parameters you can decide it whether it is the
Ah,
optimized query or not.
all right. All right. All right.
I
Okay.
hope you are clear now.
Yeah, sure. Clear. Clear.
Fine, fine. So Banga, I will pause for today and we'll continue tomorrow.
It seems you should be going on. I don't know. It seems you should be carry on. Or you have another candidate?
No, no, now my work will start to get ready for office.
Oh, you for office, right?
Yes, yes.
I thought you already retired.
Morning.
You never stop making money. Thank you very much. All right. What about I thought you want to send some document to me. I mean,
Now today I will send and please send a test mail. Here I'm writing my mail ID.
yeah, yeah, write your email ID for me.
itexpert1003@gmail.com, that you can see, and I have
Okay.
written here also.
Hold on.
You send a test mail, I'll share all these documents to you.
I'll share that document to me.
Yes, Banga.
Yeah.
So I'm saving in your name and I can make it available to you.
Okay, Benga. It's right there. Right there. Yeah.
Fine? Fine,
Okay.
Banga. We shall meet tomorrow.
All right. Thank you very much.
Fine, fine. Good night. Take
Good
care.
night. Yeah. Have a great day.
Thank you, thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.